We're going to be talking today about children with diabetes and how summer heat affects them. My guest today is Dr. Anila Bindal. She is an endocrinologist and is the U.S. Medical Director for Abbott Diabetes Care line of business. Dr. Bindal, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
How does summer's heat affect children with diabetes?
So children living with diabetes, summer can bring a lot of unique health challenges because people are at risk for dehydration, for heat stroke, and then also their glucose and ketone fluctuations can also be a lot more than usual, especially because it can be exacerbated by irregular schedules. They might have more increased activity. They can also have changes in their diet. And also heat itself can cause glucose levels to rise and fall more than usual. So I usually recommend to my patients with diabetes and their children with diabetes as well that they should really be monitoring their glucose levels more frequently.
Does the summer heat affect those insulin levels?
Yeah, it actually can have multiple different effects. So because heat can increase blood flow, it can lead to insulin being absorbed more quickly and potentially lower glucose levels faster that way. But then on the other hand, heat can also increase the risk of dehydration, which then can end up raising glucose levels because of reduced blood flow. And so it's really important to monitor glucose levels more frequently to figure out what's going on with them.
What other precautions do parents and caregivers need to take?
There's really kind of three main best practices that I often recommend to people. The first one is having a plan. So being able to create a diabetes management plan that includes how to use the child's tools, especially like a continuous glucose monitor, being able to have ketone monitoring strips, and then other lifestyle routines for proper care can be really important. The second big one is being familiar with warning signs. So there are sometimes potentially serious diabetes-related complications that can happen, including what's called diabetic ketoacidosis, or it's more commonly known as DKA. And being able to learn those and recognize the symptoms really early on can help to prevent a life-threatening complication that people sometimes just think is like the stomach flu. And then the third big one is communicating with caregivers. So proactively sharing that plan as well as those warning signs with other people who might be around their kids. So for example, like a camp counselor or a daycare staff or teachers, and being able to discuss what they can do to help support the child can be really important as well.
Very important information. Dr. Bindal, thank you so much for sharing all of your knowledge with us again on this very important topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much.